Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for May the 11th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This reading could play out today, over the next several days. This reading may or may not be for you, so please only take with you the messages that resonate, guys, and leave behind the rest. We're going to talk about some of these moon aspects. So the moon is in Virgo. I'm kind of feeling like I'm in my element. I have my moon placement in Virgo. So it is the first quarter moon in Virgo, creating a sense of change, needing to take action, to seize the day, carpe diem, seizing an opportunity. And it's about self-expression and growth. So with the moon in Virgo, your feeling of safety is going to be related to structure and order in your life, clarity, and, organizing your emotions. So you may feel this deep urge over the next couple days to organize everything chaotic and disorganized in your life. I've definitely been in what you would call the nesting stage that most mothers do, preparing for a baby to arrive. So it's like cleaning up any clutter, organizing your life, and trying to be more tolerant and acceptance of any imperfections, because life is never perfect. So you might be terrified to maybe express and show your dark side as well. So this can create unnecessary worry, especially if it's triggering some mother wounds, especially if your dark side was considered unacceptable by your mother, or it was something that was denied to you in childhood. So we can't suppress these energies, because then it leads to problematic issues when it comes to, instilling healthy passion in our lives. So it's kind of going into these hidden desires and embracing this great emotional intensity, and to stop suppressing our natural emotions. The energy is feeling very solitary, so you might want to spend some time in solitude. Virgo is the Hermit card in the major arcana, and it's kind of just time to trust life and to kind of let the divine run its course. Not everything has to work out according to your expectations. And with the moon in Virgo, it's forming several aspects today, an opposition to Mars at 19 degrees 55. I found that very interesting. My father was born in 1955. We do have the moon trine the sun at 20 degrees 52. The moon opposite Neptune at 24 degrees 50, and the moon trine Pluto at 28 degrees 33. And what I kept hearing was completion of the Sisterhood of the Rose, if that means something to somebody. But let's talk about these moon aspects. So with the moon opposite Mars, this is an energy of, many people just repressing their emotions, especially if you're at a pivotal key life moment. We can't keep repressing these emotions. So the energy can be prone to taking hurried decisions and actions, and that might lead to some big negative consequences. So you don't want to rush. It really is an energy of reconciling your inner world with your outer world, and all of this is going to be expressed through emotions and quite likely some extreme mood changes. And what I kept hearing was, don't tread on me. So it is going to open up a doorway opportunity to live life with less volatility, to embrace that broader perspective, but it is going to create some challenges today when it comes to committing to deep intimacy within relationships and overcoming fear of commitment. So the energy is kind of asking us to resolve any difficulties when it comes to our instincts and our emotions, and where we've not been able to cooperate and be active with others. So I kind of feel it's liability energy, being liable, and making sudden decisions, which could kind of be irrational, foolish, especially if you've lacked that forethought or that foresight. So actions do allow us to break free, though, from any restrictive situations if you're acting on impulse, especially with Jupiter in Aries. So it's a very emotionally uncomfortable energy is what I was feeling, and others may find it very difficult to understand you, especially if you've been dealing with all of these inner tensions, all of these unresolved issues, and you're likely going to project this when it comes to any social relationships or intimate relationships, and it's likely going to create all kinds of difficult experiences, setting the tone for a crisis of some sort in order to reach that pivot point, that turning point. So all of these inner pressures, I feel, are going to be released externally within relationships, and this can lead to arguments, dissension, provocation, and antagonism. So, and it's likely any little festering trivial issues are going to be energy-filled confrontations and create major, major clashes. And with the moon trine the sun, this is actually a harmonious aspect where it's asking us to be totally at ease with our physical, mental, and emotional health. So I think it's the energy of just confidently speaking your truth with no pretenses or no pretending, no masking. So when we do that, we can learn lessons from our past mistakes, and we can leverage the energy to embrace a state of internal harmony. So challenges, though, is, if you're not willing to follow through or to tap into this energy, then it will create some challenges. So it's about reputation is what I feel, because the moon always represents our feelings, our primal emotions, our nurturing needs, our sensitivity, and it's a deep level of self-expression. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And with the moon opposite Neptune, we're kind of being asked to step into the higher octave of our moon energy, because the moon always regulates our emotion. And when it comes to Neptune, it is a generational planet. And it's there to help us increase our levels of empathy, spirituality, and artistry. So that's in the higher manifestation. And in the lower vibration manifestation, Neptune also rules addictions, illusions, and loss of boundaries. So you want to be careful, because the energy is extra vulnerable. And if you have poor boundaries, you're likely going to struggle. It's going to create this deep inner struggle when it comes to empathy versus deception. So, we can all have empathy for another, but when we have too much empathy, then we are easily deceived. So it's creating this deep feeling of being misunderstood. It can lead to rejection and this negative self-defeating emotion, creating a spiraling energy of fear, self-pity, and disappointment. And if we don't deal with these energies, it can result in isolation, emotional distancing, mental health struggles is a big one, deception. And if you play into addictions such as drug or alcohol addictions, or excess sleeping or excess daydreaming, it's going to create a lot of debilitating energies and symptoms if you're not willing to consciously acknowledge the root cause of the addiction. So when we acknowledge the root cause consciously, then we've kind of already won half that battle. So any deep-rooted causes are essentially the cause of this emotional confusion, any misunderstandings. And there's a lot of psychic energies creating overloaded subconscious fears, especially if you're unintentionally picking up on other people's energies in your environment. So do be aware of toxins, because the energy is creating like this emotional psychic sponge energy. And with the moon opposite Neptune, it does indicate mother troubles. So I feel when it comes to the twin flame collective, a lot of the divine masculines are in these karmic contracts with a karmic feminine to mirror back to the masculines their deep-seated mother wounds. So it's really going to highlight any negative mother experiences. It's a very uneasy energy to work with, especially if your relationship with your mother was unclear or emotionally vague. And you might be able to pick up on your mother's emotions better with this transit, or her versus, vice versa. So it's like this deep emotional push and pull effect that can be especially painful, especially if you went through that as a child, and it's kind of coming up for resolution when it comes to broken emotional boundaries. So it's going to be a sensitive day. You're going to want to protect yourself energetically. And all of this will also, of course, depend on your own natal chart aspects. With the moon trine Pluto, it's the energy of being able to quickly lift yourself up after any failures or endings or upheaval. And during the phase of this moon transit, we're all going to likely be a little bit more in tune with our real desires, our real wishes. And that can create an energy of motivating us to do more, to do better. And it's the energy of like the awakened heart, the awakened higher heart. So many of us go through cycles of feeling a deep sense of insecurity, and this is where we kind of awaken this higher heart, embrace inner security, and we connect to our own self-assured confidence, and we're going to have the strength and the ability to deal with these challenging situations through intuitive insight. So it's about embracing our gifts, our hidden talents, our hidden nature, finding our true, authentic motivations, and releasing any cynicism about the world and people. So we're being asked to retain that caring nature despite of everything that's going on around us. And a really good stone to work with in the energies would be kyanite. So I was also asked to grab the Moonology manifestation cards, and I did pull out the first quarter moon in Virgo, and so it's like this reassessment of your current situation, reassessing your situation, to take a step back, to stop, to breathe, and to take stock of what you've manifested in your physical reality. Maybe you've taken on too much and that's a burden. Maybe now is the time to be reliable and practical. I think laziness is going to be your enemy in the energies today, and you don't want to be too influenced by the crowd or the status quo. So do you still want what it is that you used to want? I think that's a big question. What needs to be done to make your dreams real? Another big question. Express how you feel, but can you do it without too much self-criticism or criticism of others? I think honesty is in focus, and taking an honest inventory about where you are and what you could do more to manifest what it is that you want in your life. So there's a lot of energies at play here. It's kind of like a mix of flirtatious energy with shyness, inquiry with a bit of hesitation. And I think we're kind of being asked to be mentally flexible. I always think, I know Virgo is an earth sign, but it is the most mental earth sign when it comes to structure and order. And sometimes it can be a little bit extreme to the OCD factor. So whatever challenges I think you're facing, it's really to get you to look at your current situation and to not be at this place of total impasse of not dealing with these issues, and a lot of throat chakra energy. So it is about honestly expressing yourself, activating the throat chakra, speaking those desires into the physical reality, thinking about something and taking action. So I think the energies are asking us to move towards clarity and confidence, and this really is a good time to work your inner magic and to know that it's never too late to embrace changes and to change the way that you think. So let's jump in with some cards, guys, and we're going to start off with the Energy Oracle deck today. I felt the energy is likely going to be a little bit aggressive, so I did grab the Energy Oracle deck. We're going to start with this deck. We're also going to grab a couple other Oracle messages from the Quantum Oracle deck. So, there we go. Hostilities. And that first chakra, the base chakra, so fear around security, and the energy is likely going to be quite hostile. So we're clearing out the base chakra, and we kind of do start the clearing at the bottom and we work our way up. So it's, releasing any fears of insecurity, any fears of financial security. And I think it's going to create some hostilities when it comes to speaking your truth and instilling those firm boundaries. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Energy Oracle deck. We're going to read into that hostilities card, because I do feel as we're closing out all of these major karmic relationship cycles, it is going to create some hostilities when it comes to taking action and balancing the shadow and light aspect. So it's feeling like the Chariot, swift movement forward, and we are coming into balance, coming into our personal strength. So there's that higher heart energy I talked about, the heart chakra. So A clearing between the base and the heart. So we're clearing all of these lower chakra blockages. So we're clearing fear, we're clearing guilt, we're clearing shame, we're clearing all of these distorted karmic sexual contracts, and we are coming into balance. We are embracing our personal strength, our personal willpower when it comes to taking action towards this new doorway. Because with Jupiter in Aries, the doorway is wide open to manifest unlimited abundance, but it might create some hostilities when it comes to breaking away from people that just are no longer in alignment, because I think somebody wants to take action towards this thinking woman and they want victory and success, and I think they want to come in for that appreciation because they see, hey, this is my person, this is my perfect match. This is my perfect match, and I'm ready to take action towards them because I feel broken without them. And then there's that throat chakra. So I feel somebody is getting ready to travel, to journey towards this thinking woman, their soulmate, to express gratitude and appreciation. And I think they're hoping maybe it's not too late. The only thing that really looks alive here is the rose bush in the background and the single rose that she's holding, and everything else seems to be wilting and dying away. So I kind of feel like it's this energy of now or never. I don't think she's going to be offering that rose much longer if somebody doesn't come in with that appreciation for her. And maybe, you know, you both had to go into some repressed emotions. I feel an activation of the throat to come forward and speak, to journey towards maybe healing a bridge from the past, mending a bridge from the past, because somebody here wants victory with their true soulmate. And it's like that Cinderella energy with this card. I know he's holding like a crystal, a 3-point crystal, so it is about like a holy trinity union coming in. But I always think of this as like the Cinderella story. He's holding that glass slipper, and who is this glass slipper going to fit? Because we do have a perfect pair here. And when I think of the thinking man and the thinking woman, I also think of a lot of higher thoughts. So that's that Gemini energy, Mercury in Gemini going retrograde. So maybe a need to reevaluate something that was walked away from the past that did create a deep sense of grief and loss. And maybe it's not wanted to be looked at until now. But I feel like the mending, and this is the other half of your heart, and I think a conversation when it comes to closing out a cycle, a big conversation. So if you want victory and success, I think it's going to require action, but you might first have to face some hostilities and some aggression before taking action towards what it is that you truly desire, because this window of opportunity is opening up. But it might require you to let go and move on and walk away from something that's been creating blocks. So I do feel the energy is very aggressive. I think defenses are up. You know, the man's holding that sword. He's ready to strike. He's ready to go to battle. So I feel there's a situation that is coming up where there's about to be some hostilities towards you. And maybe you've already been engaged in this aggressive, hostile energy. Get ready for maybe a verbal or emotional attack in the energies with somebody that's in your living environment. Maybe somebody that has been excessively critical or demanding or just very hurtful with their words. And I think get ready to be backstabbed. This could even lead to out and out slander going on behind the scenes. So it's kind of similar, I think, to like the deceit card. There's deceit because of these hostile energies, and I think these energies are going to be more apparent, and somebody is going to be overtly expressing some displeasure, quite possibly very aggressively. So this energy kind of has to come in order to clear these old energies out, to bring in the new. And I think the energy is saying, hey, now's the time to regain control of a situation and to stop allowing this dishonoring treatment from others. It's like an open invitation to give you more hostility when you keep allowing people to dishonor you. It's like you're telling the universe, send me more of this, send me more of this drama. So I think it's about taking a risk, having the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. So I think we're closing out the end of these hostile situations is what I'm feeling. There is a big shift in energies around the collective, and the universal cosmic planetary shifts really are supporting this internal shift as well. So aggressive action is needed if you want to put an end to all of these negative external factors. And maybe you're going to have to embrace your own intervention if you want peace and harmony in your life. You need to be aware that there is some action that is needing to be taken. On the surface, maybe things seem like they're getting better, but you're likely going to get pulled back into these lower vibrations if you don't embrace this change and reach a place of resolution. So setting those firm boundaries, big message, and making your expectations crystal clear, because we are clearing all of these lower urges. And with that first chakra, I think there's fear surrounding stability and financial security. So we're dealing with Archangel Michael here. He's the archangel that we deal with when it comes to cutting all of these negative energetic cords. It's the first chakra. So this is where we harbor our place of security. Our place of stability is stored in the base chakra. And I kind of feel you're likely going to be facing some very significant challenges in the energies and some very, very difficult emotions that likely have been blocked due to playing into these hostilities. This is going to reveal potential fears about your safety. It's going to trigger feelings of insecurity and quite likely even depression. And we can't keep playing into this blocked energy if you want that financial security. So it's almost like this desperation when it comes to issues of instability that are going to be shaking many in the collective to the very core in order to get this energy moving freely again. So we can always call upon Archangel Michael for that assistance. We can visualize his sword in his light, cutting away all of these negative aspects and giving us our true strength when it comes to getting back into a place of stability. So this is the perfect time to align to a healthy state of being and to embrace your strength when it comes to a sense of security, and knowing that your angels and your guides and your angelic team are always supporting you when it comes to taking action, quite likely towards somebody that you care very deeply about. If you want victory and success, it definitely will require taking immediate action if you want to open up that doorway to these unlimited possibilities. So definitely a commitment and focus. And there's that victim mentality. So somebody's been thinking about a commitment and maybe stuck in a negative cycle, playing into victim mentality, lack mentality. I kind of feel like, yeah, the time is now. Time is running out, and somebody's been repressing all of these emotions, holding them inside, and I think they're about to burst through the scene like a waterfall. It's almost like somebody's been imprisoned in this negative cycle, and there's going to be an event today to shake something up when it comes to closing out a contract. Yeah, because somebody doesn't have any peace in their life at all at the crossroads, knowing that it's decision time. Do you want to keep playing into these hidden motivations, or do you want to step into truth and integrity? So, you know, if you're not completely emotionally vulnerable, it is going to hold you back from building the life that you want. So it's about unveiling all of these childhood wounds, you know, and creating a safe place for you to step into truth and accountability. It is about walking the honoring path. So definitely a shakeup. And there's that travel energy. So two energies on the bottom of the deck of travel, packing up, traveling, going in a new direction. And I feel this really is your higher self saying the time is now for action. The time is now for this blank slate. So there's that heart activation again, the higher heart activation. And that's where our intuitive guidance comes from, is from the heart. So, you know, you got to learn to distinguish between fear and love, because there's a brand new opportunity to start with a clean slate. But you kind of got to release this stuck energy and this back and forth. So somebody's been teetering on the fence for quite some time when it comes to taking action towards this healing light and tapping into the vastness of these energies. If you want peace in your life, then you're going to have to break free from this victim mentality, and you're going to have to get yourself unstuck. We always have to choose to unstuck ourselves. So Let's see what needs to come through in the book when it comes to this victim mentality, because this seems to be coming up a lot lately as well, the victim mentality, and it is all about shifting the mindset, embracing a higher state of consciousness. So I kind of feel, you know, we look at this man on the card, he's hunched over in the corner, you know, sulking, crying. It's like tied to the bedpost. And you know, this waterfall energy, so it's spirit trying to lift somebody up out of the darkness. There is a man here, I feel, feeling hopeless, resigned to a hostile situation, and needing to untie himself and leave the situation to step into freedom. So victim consciousness is not a very good energy to be in. So if you are feeling powerless or unable to direct your destiny, then you're likely feeling like this man in the card. So we all have the power to untie ourselves, to stand up, to take action, and to move on from situations that are no longer serving us. So it's like this disabling victim mentality. It's creating this sense of like analysis paralysis. It's like freeze, fight, or flight, right? So when we get in these hostile situations, it's like fight or flight. And then the third option is freeze, frozen in time, stuck. And I think somebody's been dealing with a power-hungry person, trying to control them, and they've stripped away all of their power, likely due to some past life karma. So it's time to kind of recognize this negative pattern and recognize that it's kind of time to reclaim your right to direct your own life. So release that powerless point of view and know that it's kind of time to stand up for yourself and to take that action, that divinely guided, inspired action, if you want peace in your life. So, you know, we've got a beautiful opportunity on this side, but there's something over here that needs to be released if you want to step into this new creative endeavor. So let's jump in with some cards, guys. The High Priestess. You already know what it is that you need to do. It's kind of time to embrace your true soul's desires. It is a time for action, is what I feel. It is a time for action, to go after victory and success, but it's going to take action. It's going to take action and perhaps, you know, learning something new. So, and then we got, you know, this fast knight. So that can be a very hostile energy. The Knight of Swords can be very brash, very hostile. And there's going to be an event and a shakeup that's going to get you moving in a new direction with great speed, is what I'm feeling. So it's not going into these negative emotional reactions anymore. It's choosing intellectual responses when it comes to any sudden or unexpected changes in the energy. So we're going to get a 9-card spread, and we're going to clarify as need be. We'll see what else needs to come through with the tarot when it comes to the energies today. But I kind of feel it's time to sing your soul's song, to activate your soul's blueprint. So, because there is a new beginning here. There absolutely is a new beginning here with the Fool. But somebody's playing into all of this unfounded fear, expecting the worst when it comes to a new beginning. We got the 9 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Dreamer. What have you been dreaming about? Because we were in that dreamlike state while Venus and Mars were in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. So, and now with all of this Aries energy coming in, it's kind of saying it's time to push your fears aside and to take that leap of faith when it comes to perhaps a new soul contract, a new committed partnership. But there is a need to release something that I feel is dead and gone, that maybe you've been holding on to, or somebody you're dealing with has been holding on to, creating a lot of hostilities that are needing to be released when it comes to this new cycle, this new beginning. So can't keep expecting the worst. We're going to fulfill that without a doubt. So somebody I feel has been struggling with some sleepless nights when it comes to taking action. And now we got this King of Fire deciding to take action. And look at that, major karmic rebalancing. So being impartial, being objective, standing up for what it is that you believe in, Libra. Although we can try and see all sides of the situation, we do kind of got to stand up for what we believe in and step into integrity and accountability. So getting ready to take those first steps when it comes to perhaps a renewal. And with the retrograde energy, it is a big review of the past when it comes to these toxic relationship cycles, and breaking free from this illusion of feeling trapped in a situation and planning to take action, because abundance is coming, but you got to kind of come from a place of integrity. So what have your past choices brought into your life up until this point? Because we're releasing pride and ego, and we are accepting responsibility for ourselves. And accountability and responsibility is the first step in making choices that will support your pathway to happiness. So if you're dealing with addictions or unhealthy habits, I think get ready for some aggression and some hostilities today in order to get you to review the past. Because you kind of know it's time to head in a new direction is what I'm feeling. And in order to get that clarity in your heart, you kind of got to trust on that intuition. So a major karmic rebalancing, what is just, fair, and right will be working out. So if you've been coming from a place of integrity, then I think you've got nothing to worry about. I feel somebody getting ready to release their lower ego to break free from a very toxic karmic contract that they've been chained to, controlled in, not wanting to look at this situation, reviewing it, knowing that it's time to head in a new direction. And somebody's definitely been losing sleep, having nightmares, struggling with refocusing their thought process when it comes to a happy family and a happy marriage and a new emotional experience with the Ace of Cups. And there's been this withholding when it comes to bringing in a love offer that will likely lead to a lot of stability and a solid foundation. Good fortune, especially with this Ace of Pentacles. And then we got this Queen of Cups, a very loving, generous, psychic energy, but we're no longer self-sacrificing. So when we come into these deep psychic insights, we have to remember self-care comes first. Look at this. Her cup is covered. There's a lid on her cup. So she's not giving her cup to anybody. She's filling her own cup first. She's looking out on the horizon, knowing that what is meant for her will come to her with a lot of angelic protection. So you may or may not be a card reader with the Angel Tarot on the beach. And I kind of feel somebody's just waiting for their great wave to arrive, and they've been trusting their intuition, and they've been giving all of this deep love to themselves, really listening to their heart, and they're not going to just open up that cup for anybody. And I feel this is an opportunity to set the ball rolling when it comes to resolving any past issues and creating this newness when it comes to signing that new sacred, lucrative contract with another, because there is a fresh start here. And it might feel like there's some stuckness to work through, but we're all kind of being asked to push those fears aside and to take that leap of faith when it comes to going after what it is that we love. So the Three of Pentacles, I also feel there's like a group of people really talking about this psychic, this Queen of Cups. So it doesn't have to be gossip, but it very well could be slander and gossip, because we talked about that with the hostilities. This Queen of Cups is being talked about, I think, and she doesn't even know people are talking about her. As I feel a masculine goes through a huge release and an ending, preparing to take inspired action towards this Queen of Cups. And although it isn't like a true pair, water and fire do create steam. And maybe this Queen of Cups turned her back on this King of Wands, because in low vibration, the King of Wands can be very egotistical, very controlling, very demanding, angry, jealous. And I feel maybe somebody had to go into clearing those lower energies when it comes to speaking up and bringing in an offer. There's a masculine getting ready to come in and to communicate that he's ready to do the work. And I think this has been a very long and draining process. I feel a feminine here that is doing what she loves. She's built an excellent reputation. She works well within the community with others. She's definitely in some sort of creative endeavor when it comes to her psychic abilities and sharing these deep psychic insights. And I think people are talking. People are talking maybe about this masculine taking action towards this Queen of Cups, because there is a love offer coming in. And I feel somebody wants to come in with a lot of passion And that Knight of Pentacles is kind of going to slow things down. So coming in loyal, dedicated, protective, knowing that this Queen of Cups is apprehensive because she's not giving her cup out to anybody, and planning to take action, but they need to get going. It's like we got this very fast, passionate energy, and then we got the slowest knight in the deck. So there's this indecision, and I like this moment of pause for reflection, because I do feel there's been, you know, some pain in the past that is needing to be cleared out. So the Four of Swords in a typical deck, we usually have, you know, a man laying on like a coffin type energy, with the Ace of Swords below him and the Three of Swords above him. So as above, so below, not wanting to look at the truth, and then the truth coming out with a vengeance, and is creating this waterfall of emotions. And there's a need to kind of make a decision if you want to release this energy of mental exhaustion, and then we get the release. So a major ending that is leading to a new beginning, but there's a need to release this very hostile situation, or somebody that's being hostile and controlling, that's been holding you back from going towards this connection as part of your spiritual transformation. So definitely been withholding this greedy energy when it comes to sharing truth and emotions. And, you know, it's been a block when it comes to a brand new beginning in love. We got the Ace to the 10. So, you know, this brand new big cup of love will lead to ultimate contentment, but it might require somebody coming in with an apology. And let's face it, a narcissist will never, ever apologize. So don't hold your breath on an apology, guys. But, you know, I do feel this energy of somebody wanting to come in and sweep this Queen of Cups off of her feet. And in the past, I think they were a little bit immature. Knights are immature, and we kind of got to go through the pages, the knights, the kings, and we got to master all of those elements and all of these different phases to get to that emperor or empress status. So I think there's been a lack of balance in the past, and there is a need to refocus these energies if you want that new cycle in love, because it definitely will lead to this Four of Wands union, a higher level of commitment and a lot of peace and contentment in your personal life. But you might have to take action towards some resolution when it comes to a past soulmate connection. So retrogrades are always about revisiting old patterns, revisiting old childhood wounds, embracing this inner child healing. And it is about people returning from the past, resurgences of past romances, in order to clear that karma board for that clean slate, for that brand new endeavor. So sometimes too, we can over romanticize the past and can remember things better than they were, or only remember the good times, not the bad times. But I feel like a renewal of some sort, a revival. So let's take a deeper look at this King of Fire, because he's the one that's needing to push these fears aside. We got the Nine of Swords, the Fool, and the King of Wands. So definitely somebody that has been going within and seeking that wise counsel from their higher self. So we've got somebody that's been all up in their head in that hermit mode, definitely trying to reprogram their thought process, to refocus their thoughts. And maybe this Queen of Cups is this wise counsel that they need to seek guidance from. So we do have somebody here that has a direct connection to God's source, that is very psychic, a very healing energy. And I kind of feel this masculine's been spending a lot of time in solitude, going within, trying to shine the light on these negative egoic vices. And maybe it's been like a deep, long process of self-discovery. But I feel a higher level of commitment, and there is a masculine ready to take that action towards victory and success after going through the war zone, a very hostile karmic situation, a lot of conflicts with others, a lot of conflicts caused by everybody's opinion of what this person should do with their life. And this masculine is getting ready to walk away from all of the drama and to stand up for himself and to come in with that new offer. Somebody's been facing the dragon to get the gold. So get ready to receive an exciting offer, an exciting opportunity that will allow you to fuel your passions. But let's see what needs to be released here. Blocks. Ooh, blocks. So we now have a true pair, But I do feel a karmic feminine that needs to be released, because I was asking what needs to be released, and we got the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands for me is always my karmic feminine, even though we have a true pair, maybe two people that were on the same page before, but I think they're both like wanting to control a situation. It's very aggressive. There's no balance. And maybe somebody is creating that block when it comes to this spiritual transformation. So a big revisiting of these old beliefs, a major unexpected shakeup and revelation when it comes to what needs to change, when it comes to breaking free from all of this procrastination, all of these old belief systems. And maybe this Queen of Wands has been not allowing somebody to move forward, which has created this inability to make a decision, because somebody here wants to follow their heart. And I think this Queen of Wands is trying to pretend like there's no problem. Maybe this is a drama queen that just loves to fight all the time. And there are people out there that if there is not drama in their life, they are not happy. And misery loves company. So I feel the blinders are being removed because there is a need for balance, and there is somebody going through profound transformation. So could be dealing with a water sign, a fire sign, Virgo, Aries, Virgo, Taurus. Doesn't have to be. We have Libra. We do have the Judgment, Capricorn, and Scorpio with the transformation and the release. So could be dealing with one of those signs for sure. But I feel with the Seven of Pentacles now on the bottom of the deck, I think a contract has, went over its expiry date, and the energy has been very stagnant when it comes to these higher unions. And the time is now for planning for the future and to fall in love again. So get ready for a resurgence of somebody from the past. And forgiveness might be needed when it comes to breaking free from all of these challenges. Because somebody's definitely hitting rock bottom. They're at that place where they've got to go into that core wound if they want to find the strength to come forward with a lot of passionate communication. So unexpected shakeups, a lot of passionate communication coming in, because this is what you asked for. This is what you prayed for. And somebody's ready to be active when it comes to standing up for what they believe in and not giving up on somebody that they do have a lot of love with. So get ready for a major release that will lead to a brand new beginning, but action might be required. Definitely. Somebody is the teacher here and somebody is the student, and there is a need to really get to know yourself. Why do you keep playing into these very dissatisfying situations? Because it depletes you and it doesn't allow you to nurture your soul like your soul desires to be nurtured. Yeah, know when to walk away, guys. Although there's going to be obstacles and challenges and hostilities, you're going to be able to get through this. But I kind of feel it's D-Day. Know when to walk away. It's time to walk away. If you want to heal the past fully and to enjoy living in the now, in the present moment, and embracing the future, you're going to have to walk away from something that's no longer working. And there's a lot of struggles in the energy, but it's through the struggles we can find our compassion for the situation and our understanding in order to get very honest with ourselves about what is really going on. Because somebody keeps overstepping boundaries, this Queen of Wands, I feel, and healthy boundaries need to be drawn if you want to adopt that healthy state of mind, free from illusion, free from clutter and all of these negative influences. So get ready to take action. Somebody's coming in for some healing after going through a major review of the past, releasing all of these egos and this stuck energy and this back and forth. And that's kind of what I got for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.